if you're even debating withdrawing, you should. I know a lot of people feel like there's no options after Caribbean Medical School, and that's like kind of why I'm making this video, because there are options, but they want you to feel like there are no options because they want your money. Stay optimistic. You got to keep your spirits up, and that's why I got a new makeup palette and I wanted to try it out. And I'm also trying to figure out foundation. So sorry my attire's not cuter. I'm going to my brother's basketball game, so I'm wearing like, you know, their stuff. Anyway, my notes right here, so if I'm looking over here, that's why. So you may hear ambient noises like my— hi brother.
What?
I'm recording a YouTube video. Hi, welcome back to another video about my medical school journey. Well, my channel, of course, is for documentation of my journey. I also want to be able to make videos to help other people. Wow, babe. As I talk about my medical school. I also wanted to make videos to help other people along their own journey with like figuring out medical school and what to do and stuff. So hi, if you never watched my video, my name is Taylor. I'm 24. Previously attended American University of Antigua College of Medicine. And I withdrew in June 2022, and I started podiatry school in August of 2022. I graduate podiatry school in 2026, and I will be applying to a foot and ankle surgery residency, and I hope to do a fellowship in sports medicine. So today's topic, we're going to talk about like how to properly withdraw from a Caribbean medical school. I know like in the heat of the moment you get angry and you just want to like control-alt-delete everything from your life. But there is a way that I think is the best way to do it to set yourself up for success if you plan to apply to programs in the United States. So we're going to separate this video into 3 different parts. First part is going to be before withdrawing. The second part is during your withdrawal. And the third part is kind of like post-withdrawal, after withdrawing. I want to make 2 disclaimers. The first one is there is an opportunity to get your money back for your Caribbean school. And that's through something called a borrower's defense, and I'll briefly go over that. If you don't think my explanation is clear enough, I'm happy to make another video, so just comment down below if you need more information on that, but we will briefly talk about that. Second thing is you are eligible to restart your medical school education in the United States. And you're eligible to restart your education in the United States. I say restart because there really is no transferring. The only transferring I know of is to take step 1, pass it, and then apply. I had a friend that did that. He got accepted to a program in the United States to start in rotations. Only problem is he would have had to wait a year. So he would have started rotations in 2023 versus 2022 when he actually started. He ultimately chose not to. Very smart guy, gonna match into whatever he wants because he's just super smart. It's important to leave in a passing status. Example for AUA. AUA will be what we mostly use because that's where I went and that's where I know the most situations. You can fail but be eligible to come back, if that makes sense, versus being dismissed from the program completely. And then you can just pass and choose to withdraw. That's what I did. I was passing in Med 3. I just chose to withdraw because I was like over the stuff. And I am going to make an updated video about why I chose to leave medical school, the Caribbean medical school, because I feel like the video I made was really scattered. I was on vacation. It was like a lot going on. So the other thing is to start completely over, which is what I did. I can go more in depth about that in another video. I can go more in depth about that in another video if anyone's interested. Again, anything I explain in this video isn't clear enough for you, feel free to comment down below and tell me kind of what wasn't clear, and I can either clear it up in the comments or I can just make a whole other video about it. Oh, housekeeping items. 1, I plan to upload a little more regularly now that I kind of have the hang of podiatry school. And 2, I want to make more videos on things that are actually helpful versus what I think is helpful. So we're starting with like this video here. There are options for you post Caribbean school again. So whether it be MD, DO, DPM, nursing, even NP, I have friends like everyone's kind of everywhere. Some people retake their MCAT and are applying. It's like I have friends everywhere, so I can make a video about like things you can do after you leave Caribbean school. If you decide that medicine isn't for you, nothing is wrong with that. I feel like people are ashamed a lot of the time when they get into medicine and they decide they don't want to be in it. Nothing's wrong with that. So before your withdrawal, the biggest thing about these steps I'm about to tell you is make sure you do not tell your admin you were gonna withdraw until you finish all the steps that I'm going to tell you. So don't get all angry and send vigilante emails like, I'm angry, I hate this place. Just be angry in your heart, talk to your friends, do whatever. Do not tell admin until I tell you the steps I'm about to tell you. So the first one is to get a copy of your transcript. Your semester that you're in currently will not be on your transcript. It'll just be the other ones. You will need it if you plan to continue education in the U.S. Granted, they will not take credit for those classes, but you want to show that you didn't go there and fail out. Print off any emails you feel may support something called a borrower's defense. A borrower's defense is basically your opportunity to go to the U.S. government and say, hey, this school scammed me out of money and I want my money back. And borrower's defense is way too convoluted to make it like a portion of this video, because I don't want this video to be long. But you submit your application, you submit your proof, and then the government looks at your application and decides what they're going to forgive from a percentage of 0% to 100%. And that process can take up to 3 years. So that is very important that you do that as soon as you decide you're not going to go there anymore. And to do your borrower's defense, there will be a link in the description, but it is on the FAFSA website. If the link doesn't work or something, go to FAFSA website, type in borrower's defense, a link will pop up. And while you're on the FAFSA website, make sure you remove your school from your FAFSA. That way they can't get your money and then you have problems if you start directly in the fall. Print off any emails you feel may support your borrower's defense. Things that may support it are like, I know at AUA we had a lot of curriculum changes. That's against the federal law. They can't keep changing the graduation requirements. If you can get your reports from all your grades, I have a folder on my laptop called AUA. It has everything I need for AUA, whether it be my enrollment paperwork, whether it be my borrower's defense paperwork, my proof for my borrower's defense, emails I felt were important. I kept syllabus. I did a lot for the borrower's defense, so that will probably need to be a separate video. This is really important. If it's in the middle of your semester, try to finish your semester passing. Don't be rude to admin, facilitators, professors. No matter what you think of them, don't say anything to them. Don't type rogue emails to admin, the president, the provost, saying how angry you are and they're lying to you and all this stuff. Because once you get awoken to like the Caribbean school stuff, you feel angry, really angry. Don't go sending all those emails. You are going to shoot yourself in the foot, because you will need to get a transcript. And I know people that withdrew before they got a transcript, they still haven't got their transcript, and it's been over 6 months. They're probably not getting that, and yes, they paid for it. Those are the things to do before you withdraw. Now, during your withdrawal / initiating your withdrawal, first you're going to want to email the registrar about seeking a withdrawal. Again, like I said, if you can wait until the semester is over and your grades are posted, finalized, I would wait until then, because the withdrawal is pretty quick. 2, they're going to, again, this is specific to AUA, they're going to offer you an exit interview. Take it, be honest. On the withdrawal form, they're going to ask you questions, be completely honest. Make sure you save a copy of that to your computer, and also they'll say like received or whatever. Make sure you get a PDF of that email saying they received it. As we all know, CAA-MHP is now coming to these AUA and saying, hey, we want to know your exit interviews while your retention is so low. So if they're withholding things, we have documents that we can bring up and be like, why wasn't this sent to the accreditation board? So if your MCAT is less than 3 years old, I would be thinking about when you think you could take another MCAT. Again, this step is for people that think they're gonna apply in the U.S. Your MCAT has to be at least 3 years old, well, within 3 years old. A step in preparation, but also something to be thinking about while you're withdrawing. So if you don't have an MCAT, if you have an MCAT from 2019, you're kind of done. You need to take a new one. And that's kind of your steps during withdrawal. I do want to mention, like with your MCAT, you're not studying for your MCAT at this point. You're just kind of waiting for your withdrawal to happen, getting some kind of ducks in a row, getting things together so you can make sure you're ready to apply or do whatever when you're ready to go. So after your withdrawal, make sure you decompress. Like, I did this. I withdrew and then went straight into my applications for podiatry school. And when I started podiatry school in the fall, I felt horrible. Like, the first month I was already burnt out. I was so tired. You know, at Caribbean school, you're studying all the time. So I didn't decompress. So I want to recommend everyone decompress before you start looking into options for, you know, the rest of your education, or whether you're going to go into the job field or whatever. 2 is get a therapist if you have the means. to help work through some of, you're gonna feel angry, you're gonna feel disappointed in yourself, you're gonna feel like a failure, you're gonna feel all those feelings. Like, I don't suffer from imposter syndrome. I feel like where I'm at, I've worked for, you know, but I still struggled with like feeling like, dang, I really failed, like I did not complete it. But it's for the better. Trust me, it's for the better. Like, if you're watching this and you're on the fence, go ahead and do it. Let me be the one to tell you to do it. It feels bad at first, but trust me, it's better on the other side. Well, this is why it's worth it, right? So I wanted surgery, and as I was going through, I was realizing, A, this stuff was really hard to get decent grades. I was killing myself. B, I'm killing myself to maybe match into family medicine. No shade to family med docs, you're all great. I don't want to sit in an office from 9 to 5. I would be miserable all day. Flat out, I wanted to be a surgeon. I wanted surgery. And I found podiatry. And now my school is 100% match rate for foot and ankle surgery residencies. So now I have no issue with like, am I going to match into what I want to match in? Am I going to be stuck in family medicine? It's really nice. I know I'm going to match surgery. I know I'm going to graduate, you know, of course, doing the work. But when you're in the Caribbean, you feel like you're doing the work and you still may not graduate. Like, it's horrible. And 3, which is kind of leading into what I was just saying, this is not the end of medicine for you. There are other options. Stay optimistic. You got to keep your spirits up. And that's why having a therapist is so important. And at this point, you've withdrawn, you've decompressed, you've kind of have a couple options that you're willing to see how they're going to go for you. Start studying for your MCAT if that's where you're at. If you have your letters of recommendation, if you have like a personal statement written and all that stuff, and you have the funds, of course, I would start applying for the MCAT. Don't forget to apply for that financial aid assistance, because I think now they pay for your whole MCAT, which is like wild. It used to be it's like $195 instead of $310 or whatever. As I close out this video, I just want to say like details and more steps of how to find programs and what program would work for you and what you want. There's my brother again. And what you want in your career and your field and whatever, you know, you're fulfilling your life. I can make another video on that if people are interested. I just never know if people like care. I know a lot of people feel like there's no options after Caribbean Medical School, and that's like kind of why I'm making this video, because there are options, but they want you to feel like there are no options because they want your money. This is like my first sit down video where I type the notes out, so I may have not went into detail enough on some things, but I'm always happy to clarify things in the comments. My email will be down below, my personal email, and then links to things that could be useful for you on your journey to like withdrawing and stuff. But be smart about it, keep it respectful, be professional, and make sure you take care of you at the end of the day. I want to thank all of you who have made it this far to the end of my video. I appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and then comment things you would like to see. Podiatry school vlogs, are those interesting? I don't know. People want to see that. More about like my switch, my transition, and how to find programs. Those are some topics that I think could be interesting, not interesting, but helpful for other people. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching.